What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 235 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Talks, and joining me, as always, is Jmack Gaming.
It's me, I'm Jmack, and I'm barely legal. Welcome to WCW Barely Legal, here in the Phillips Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. Chad, are you ready?
It was going to be Philadelphia, but the ratings were going to be better if it was here, and so we did it here.
Chad?
But you can pretend it's in Philly if you want.
Yeah, we're at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York, not Philadelphia. What is that? What is it, the 2300 Arena? Is that what it's called? I need to figure this out. It's not even in this fucking game.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it might be called the Arena. That might be it. Yeah, I think that's it. The Arena. Doesn't matter. We're at the Phillips Arena. Let's go. Let's book this show. Here it is. All the 24/7 Battle Royal Championship match and a terrible pre-show match. The Little Guido, James Mariotto, wins it, Chad.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell.
This is a 24/7 championship Battle Royal,
Chad.
and the Little Guido wins.
Last episode, or an episode before that, we had to figure out why we couldn't book Battle Royals on WCW, and I figured it out, guys.
Yes, we figured it out.
When I was going through, I guess when we were booking Rising Sun on WCW, I filtered people popularity-wise in Japan 40 to 100, and I left that filter on, and that's why I couldn't see the roster when I was booking WCW. So, Chad, I figured it out, and we booked a Battle Royal here. In celebration. Dave Taylor was in it, Chad.
He was,
Big Dick Dudley was in it. Louis Spicoli. But no, the Little Guido, James Mariotto, wins it. So,
listen, at least Louis Spicoli was still in a championship match at the pay-per-view.
the final four were the Hurricane, Stevie Richards, Incredible, with the Hurricane being the final elimination. Just Incredible got the most eliminations over the match.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Good for Little Guido.
Good for Little Guido. Move on. Chad, I'll let you talk about this.
Yes, this was just I wanted to get some people on the card that weren't booked, and of course AJ and Steve Corino were one of those guys. So in a good pre-show match, AJ Styles and Steve Corino defeat Jerry Lawler Jr. and the Great Sasuke in 916 when AJ Styles pinned Great Sasuke with the Styles Clash.
Do you see what happened here? I moved away from the Road Agent Report.
Oh no, is AJ hurt?
Even worse, Jerry Lawler Jr.
Oh.
He got a chest injury. They won't even specify how hurt he is. It's just.
Thank God it's not AJ.
All right. Ooh, this match banged.
Yes. And of course, Chris Benoit versus Saturn. Of course, Benoit turned on Saturn, their short-lived team, because during the build-up they couldn't get the job done for their championship qualifier, and he freaked out and he beat up Saturn, and so they faced here, and unfortunately I had to bump it to the pre-show. In hindsight, there's probably some things I probably could have moved around, but it's 5 in the morning and me and Justin are tired. So in a decent pre-show bout, Chris Benoit defeated Saturn in 8:39 by pinfall with a diving headbutt.
Yeah, there was a match on the pre-show, or on the actual card, that I had no idea was even booked, and it could have been on the pre-show instead of this. Speaking of matches that should have been on the... Oh, man, I booked Dreamer in this, Chad. Oh, no.
Oh. Well... well, here's what happened. So,
What the fuck?
here's what happened. So Chavo's tag team partner was, got lost in track. It was Homicide. He was in the Battle Royal, and he hurt himself in the Battle Royal. So, but luckily, Dreamer, out of the kindness of his heart, he said, you know what? I will team with you, Chavo, because if you dream big, you'll never lose. And so Dreamer with his came down here, teamed with Chavo, but halfway through the match, Dreamer was so disgusted by the ECW fans, he just left Chavo to fend for himself. And in a decent pre-show match, Rey Mysterio Jr. and Bagwell defeated Big Papi Chavo and Dreamer, technically, when he pinned Chavo with a springboard hurricanrana.
Oh, that one's on me, man. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
And after the match, Buff Bagwell reveals that he takes his eye patch off and reveals his eye's fine. And then he attacks Rey Mysterio.
What a scumbag.
Who saw that coming?
Not Buff. He only had one eye.
Right. Well, so he said.
Mm. Oh, we're doing eye gimmicks on Rey Mysterio, who lost his eye on WWE television once. Oh,
I know, an eye for an eye.
unbelievable. All right, let's move on to the opening of the show, Chad.
Yes.
Chad, do you know what the opening match was?
Of course I do, yes.
Talk about it before we get into it.
It was the 5-on-5 tag team match. Team ECW versus Inner Circle. And I know what you're thinking. Bold of you to open with this, but you know what? I think it was the move. And we start off these teams, and it was a hard-fought battle. These 5 ECW originals put it all on the line, but unfortunately for them, it just wasn't enough because Chris Jericho and the Inner Circle, they were able to overpower them. And I'll tell you what, it didn't help that I forgot to book it, but it didn't help that Chris Jericho had some help. He had some help on the inside. Who was that, you're asking yourself? We'll reveal it in the next segment. But Justin, you moved the screen, so who got hurt?
Terry Funk getting on a neck strain in this match.
Oh God, Terry Funk. I hope he's okay.
Me too.
But nonetheless, Paul Heyman, that slime ball, that weasel,
that scumbag,
he gets in the ring and he hugs Chris Jericho. And he celebrates with the Inner Circle. Chris Jericho and Paul Heyman were in cahoots the whole time, Justin.
I hate this company with the bottom of my heart. Unbelievable. What a piece of shit. That's what Joey Styles
Chris Jericho's a Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah,
That was what Joey Styles said.
Mike Barton is a Paul Heyman guy. That's what I'm most excited. Mike Barton. Push him to the moon.
So Steven Regal comes out and he gets in and he says, "Hello, Sunshine, and everyone here in attendance. First of all, I want to welcome everyone to Barely Regal. Yes, I know, the star of the show is here, Barely Regal. And I'll tell you what, I find it complete blasphemy that I was not booked to compete tonight. Don't worry, your hero is here, and I refuse to leave this ring until somebody comes down here and faces me in a match." And D. Malenko comes out and accepts the challenge. Barely Regal, Justin.
Yeah, I got a 58, Chad.
And it had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd as D. Malenko defeated Steven Regal in 9:41 with a Texas Cloverleaf.
Okay, we move on.
Yes. Cruiserweight Championship match, Jeff versus RVD. And a decent match. Rob Van Dam defeated Jeff Hardy by disqualification. Because during the match, it looked like RVD was about to frog splash Jeff, but Matt Hardy ran up on the ropes and hit RVD over the back while he was on the turnbuckle with a chair, thus intentionally disqualifying his brother. And Jeff was pissed. Jeff did not want to do this. Jeff was screaming at Matt. Matt kept saying, "I did it for you. I did it for you." But yeah, Matt Hardy screwed RVD and also really screwed over his brother.
Well, yeah, that is also true. I didn't really think about that. Really cost his brother a title. Really? Well, no, because Jeff Hardy was champion, right?
Hey, but it costed him, he made him look horrible.
True. Speaking of looking horrible, here comes Total Cable Package.
TCP versus the Breakfast Club, Global Tag Team Championships on the line. And in a decent match, Chef Psychosis and Juventud Guerrera defeat Total Cable Package. Also, 2 former ECW originals, brother. Guys who were not originals, but 2 guys who have wrestled in ECW before. Chef Psychosis and Juventud, when Chef Psychosis hit the guillotine leg drop. And they won the Global Tag Team Championships.
Big match, Chef Psychosis, 70.
Big match, Chef.
Big match, Shane Douglas.
Speaking of big matches, in a decent match, Randy Savage defeated Shane Douglas in 15:38 by pinfall with a flying elbow drop, and Randy Savage wins the ECW World Television title, and he retains and makes defense number 3 of his World Television title. Randy Savage, dual WCW an ECW television champion, brother.
There you go.
Ooh, yeah.
Unification. Are you going to keep both belts on, or are you going to retire them, Jen?
I haven't decided yet, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay. We'll move on to the next segment, and it's Randy
Yes,
Savage.
where Randy Savage celebrates, holding both his titles in the air.
We're going to have a copyright. He stole our segment. No celebrations after the title wins. Sorry, Chad. You're going to hear from my lawyer.
All right.
Speaking of lawyers.
Oh, no. And about that great...
I didn't mean it like that.
About that great heat and decent wrestling, Ric Flair defeated Diamond Dallas Page in 1327 by submission and makes defense number 3 of the WCW United States Championship. Has definitely made more defenses than that, I feel like.
No, he has not.
I feel like he's been the U.S. champ forever.
For 83 days, Jen.
Long time for us.
Yeah, for you, not for us, for you.
He's been champion for 86 days, and Sting said 86 Rick, because here we go in the next segment. Sting jumped and attacked Ric Flair, and once again, very violent and very sadistic beatdown from Rick. Beat him with an inch of his life.
Almost killed Ric Flair?
Almost killed Ric Flair.
That's kind of fucked up. Move on to the next segment, though, Chad. It's Dreamer. He's already been in the ring once tonight.
Yeah, Dreamer gets in the ring and he's got his hardcore championship. He's also got his global championship around him, but of course he's only defending the hardcore title. But he gets in the ring and he says, Yes, I know. Everyone missed seeing me. I had to, out of the kindness of my heart, I wrestled in the pre-show. And after I saw all of you, I had to run to the back. I had to take a shower, clean myself from the filth that is the ECW fans. But I'm a man of my word, and even though I didn't have to, technically I filled my obligations of my contracted match. I promised you all an open challenge for the Hardcore Championship against an ECW alumni, a wrestler who has wrestled for ECW before. And I gotta tell you, I don't know which one of you cretins want to come in this ring and face Dreamer. But I'm going to tell you, it's going to take more than dreaming big to get the win here. And of course, if you remember, I said that if one of you managed to beat me, I would come into the middle of the ring on Nitro. And I would say that ECW is good. But, of course, that won't happen. So, who is it? Pitbull number 1?
Oh, no.
Is it Louis Spicoli? Mikey Whipwreck? Come on. Who's it going to be? Who is going to be the person
Bang, bang!
who challenges me for the title? Justin, you want to make any predictions on who it is?
Chad, I was trying to lead you into it.
What would you say?
Oh, did you not hear me yell, bang, bang?
Oh my gosh! And it's Mick Foley!
My fucking jokes, boys.
Mick Foley! For the love of mankind, Tony Schiavone says on commentary. It's Mick Foley! And in a good match, Mick Foley defeated Dreamer in 1527 by pinfall, the double arm DDT, and wins the WCW Hardcore Championship. Justin, how does it feel?
I'm actually pissed off about this. You know, I was trying to lead you into this, and not only am I pissed off that you just no-sold it, I'm pissed off that Mick Foley's here. But I think we both discussed this. Mick Foley just wasn't. It had nothing to do with him. You know, and I just feel like Chad had more ideas. He's more of a creative man. I just didn't know what to do with Mankind. I didn't know what to do with Mick Foley anymore. And, you know, me and Chad made a deal, and Mick Foley's here. I also felt bad that I stole about 11 guys off his fucking roster the last month and a half. So Mick Foley's contract was coming up, and I just decided to not extend it.
And I picked him right up. and he's won a championship on his first night. Mick Foley, the ECW hardcore legend.
That's how easy it is to win in WCW. You don't even have to train.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Just come in day one and win.
Jushin Liger.
He wrestled twice already before this.
Yeah, but still, okay, 3 matches, then he won a championship.
It's Jushin Liger, brother.
Hey, well, this is Mick Foley, brother.
Yeah, he fucking couldn't cut it in WWF. That's all right. Speaking of, oh my Jesus Christ!
Oh hell yeah! By the way, real quick.
No, hold up. Let's talk about this match.
We will. But before that happens, Mick Foley grabbed a microphone and said, "Tommy Dreamer and all of you in attendance, have a nice day." And then he took the hardcore championship. But now to this. Oh man, this got a 97. How the fuck?
Jim Neidhart gets a 65, and they said, "All right, 97 it is."
97 it is.
Damn.
Listen, the best there is, the best there was, best there ever will be. And Nash and Hall, man, like that'll work. And about that had superb wrestling and great heat. Maybe this should have went on last. The Outsiders defeated Owen Hart. Wow, Bret Hart.
Scumbag.
And Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart in 1906 when Scott Hall pinned Jim Neidhart with a fallaway slam. And the Outsiders make defense number 1 of the Nitro Tag Team titles.
Damn, what a fucking match, Chad. Good for you.
What a match.
Good for you.
Both of our tag team matches did really well. Mine did better, but they did well.
Yeah, well, it's true. You can't really complain about that. Oh, 69 right after. Sick.
Nice.
Nasty.
Yeah. And Hall and Nash, they have like a keg. And they're just doing keg stands. They're smoking cigars. They're having a party in the middle of the ring.
But the producers are trying to rush them because they have no time.
They are. The producers are like, guys, we don't have time. And they literally said, hey, man, they can cut whatever doesn't make sense for us, all right?
All right. Next segment. What a 97. How the fucking... Oh, Ahmed and Taz, brother.
Ahmed and Taz. Unification title match. Ahmed versus Taz. And in about that had great heat and decent wrestling. Ahmed defeated Taz in 10:59 with a spine buster. Ahmed wins the ECW World Heavyweight title. And Ahmed makes defense number 4 of the WCW Universal title. Ahmed. Match of his career, right? I mean, it has to be.
I don't think that's correct, but it's close.
I mean, he retained one of the major world titles and won a second one.
I thought you meant like rating wise. Yes, this was match of the year then, or match of his career. Or at least match of WCW. For sure. For sure, Chad. For sure.
And then Ahmed grabs a microphone and says, "As Ahmed's gonna kill you." Dropped the microphone and held up his championships to boos, actually, from the crowd.
Why are they booing him?
They were going in really hard as Taz fans here.
And then what happens, Jen?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Because he's celebrating a sea of boos, and then all of a sudden, Hulk Hogan's music hits.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside.
Bam, 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 down.
Hey. Hogan, we don't have time. Stop gallivanting to the ring.
Stop it. We don't have time. Hogan, oh, sorry, brother. And he runs in.
Paul London style. Sprints to the ring.
He runs in pointing. He's ripping his shirt off as he's running. But he gets in, he hulks up, and he points.
You.
And that's it. He just points and stares down Ahmed.
And he points at the Mania sign in the back.
And he points to
the... Oh, wait, wrong company, brother.
Wrong company, brother.
Are we going to get Ahmed and Hulk Hogan at the next pay-per-view? We'll see.
Right.
We'll see. Next segment, it is the main event, Chad. It is Steiner, and it's Raven. Do you want to talk about this before we move on to the next segment?
Yes, I do. Two former friends, brothers turned bitter enemies, Raven and Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner coming off of the high, the wave of being the one to end Goldberg's streak. Raven seething with anger. A man who never technically got pinned to lose his world championship, got taken out by an injury, and hasn't been able to get back what he never lost. And he's mad. He was mad because Goldberg, because Steiner did what he feels like he should have been able to do. And Goldberg, or in last Monday, Raven beat Steiner down. The match started, and Steiner was bandaged up. He was clearly beaten up. He was clearly hurt. That didn't stop Scott Steiner. The match went on for a while. Raven just battered Scott with weapons. Steiner almost got counted out like 3 times, but every time he kept pulling himself back up. Like his giant python arms just pull himself up. He refused to get counted out. He refused to go down. There was a minute where Scott was so angry, he almost, off of instinct, batted Raven in the head with a chair, but he caught himself mid-swing and like chucked the chair into the crowd. Almost hit somebody, but they moved out of the way. Steiner tried everything he could, but it just wasn't enough because in an exceptional match, Raven defeated Scott Steiner in a Ravens rules match with a pile driver. He accumulated damage from the beatdown on Nitro, carrying over to this match. It was just too much. Ravens rules, brother. Raven can't lose a Ravens rules match. And Raven wins the WCW World Heavyweight title.
What an insane match that was. 91. Steiner seeming off his game, but it was probably because he was all beaten up, battered up.
Yeah.
And we have Raven celebrating.
Raven holding the WCW World Championship high as a sea of boos fill the arena.
And that is how we end Barely Legal. Chad, I'm assuming it's roughly around 89 to 90, somewhere around that range because of that main event. 89.
Hell yeah, better than SummerSlam.
Yeah, you had a better main event.
Yes, and a better. I wonder how good it does if I swap out Steiner and Raven for NWO Heart.
Probably 94, 95 then.
That wouldn't have made any sense to do that. So
no, it's exactly. That's why I know my best match is probably gonna have Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels, but you main event with your world title. That's what you do. It's not about ratings at the end of the day, but yeah, that's why I figured you would have a better pay-per-view, as I think you did last month as well, or whenever Steiner and Raven went off.
Right.
You just have banger pay-per-views. Steiner and Raven is the deal.
And
who would have fucking thought?
Who would have fucking thought? And now we go from here. Who knows? What is next? What's gonna happen with Ahmed Hogan? What's Taz and the rest of the ECW stars going to do? What's Paul Heyman and Chris Jericho about? And what will Raven and Scott Steiner do next? Tune in next week to Thunder and Nitro to find out. And thank you guys so much for checking out Barely Legal. Go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Justin, anything else you want to add?
This fucking guy. Jesus Christ. Let's just wrap it up, Chad.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. You wrap it up.
Hey, listen, I can't fucking wrap it up. You're the one who's operating this thing.
Look, I'm going to tombstone pop.